Hiya, Pete.
Yes, Zach. Sorry to keep you waiting.
Oh, no, it's alright, Pete. I was just something I wanted to touch on what Roy was saying then. We are definitely humans, a tribal, race. Because,
Yeah.
but that's why we work, the way they say dog is a man's best friend.
Yeah.
Well, it's because they work in that same way as well.
Right.
You know what I mean? But,
Interesting.
yeah, sorry about that. That wasn't actually my point.
Oh, no, it's just interesting point.
No, that's what I mean. But I was going to say, so very much, Pete, for, bidding. Are you still bidding that 50 grand on the Lamborghini? Do you know how that's gone?
I think it's up to something. As far as I know, they're negotiating for an awful lot of money.
Is it? Do you know how much? What the region is?
I can't find out. They're being very close knit about it.
Do you reckon you're in or you're out?
I don't know.
Oh, don't know. Do you know when you'll learn or?
No.
No. Oh well. Anyway, yeah, Pete. I was gonna say, I'm really. I was walking down, Rice Lane the other day, eating a mandarin, and I thought the lack of investment that there is in North Liverpool, it's a disgrace when you might walk down, I don't know, like Mather Avenue or something in South Liverpool, and just see what's going on there. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, Pete. I was wondering, do you think that it's equally displaced between the two boroughs?
I don't know. Every single place, as I just said to Roy, has got its areas that need something doing to them.
I know, but I mean, to be honest, Pete, you've got to agree. There's certain places which are being favoured over others, and I can only beg, you know what I mean, the question
why do you say favoured?
Well, because what other reason would it be for, you know what I mean, them choosing other reasons over others?
Who favours it?
Well, this is what I mean, Pete. I thought you might have known.
Well, I don't know any areas that are favoured.
Well, I imagine you look at places like Walton. There's nothing there, to be honest, is there? And I imagine it's those fat cats, you know what I mean, that are sitting in City Hall and just making the decisions. Like, we all know our council is terrible. You know what I mean, Pete? How can the time?
How do we know our council is
terrible? Because it was ranked bloody second in the. Sorry, excuse me, language. It was ranked second in the whole of the country. You know what I mean? Second worst. Sorry, second worst.
Right. But I look out there and I see an amazing city.
No, I know what you mean, Pete, but you're sitting there, you're sitting up in, you know what I mean, the bloody St. John's Tower, to be honest. Yeah, you're amidst it.
Looking at everything.
Pete, I know you're a man of the people, but are you really...
I'm not a man of the people.
Well,
I'm just a person who lives here.
Pete, I like to think of you as a man of the people, but, I mean, are you really amidst it here? Do you know what's actually going on? I mean, do you still walk down them streets on a Friday night and have, you know what I mean?
I work on those streets on a Friday night.
Well, Pete, you must experience it yourself, mate. You know what I mean?
Experience what?
Well, experience. I mean, I don't want to mention names, but there's a lad called Eggy Peters, and he. Sorry, right, I shouldn't.
I've switched that off. No, I've switched that off because I don't know what you're up to now. I think you're playing silly little games, right? So you're absolutely up to something. You're either going to have a conversation or you're messing about.
I shouldn't have mentioned names, Pete.
No,
sorry, Pete.
Are you playing games now?
No, sorry, Pete. I shouldn't have mentioned names.
Why are you mentioning little bits and pieces? So are you on some sort of a mission to get things in the conversation?
No, sorry, Pete. I know I shouldn't have mentioned names. But, all right, disregard that. I mean, it's just, on a Friday night, you must know yourself, Pete, you go to a popular place, even somewhere like Allerton Road, which is much upper market, you know what I mean? You're going to come into, I don't know how to put it without being offensive, just, you know what I mean? The lower rungs of society, they're still there, Pete, they're still there. I don't care what anyone says, they're still there, Pete.
What do you mean, the lower rungs of society? What are you talking about?
I mean, these... You know what I mean, Pete?
Actually, you're talking double Dutch.
No, I'm sorry.
You're talking about, to be honest.
I'm sorry,
what
Pete.
Is the lower rung
offensive.
Of society?
Listen, mate, I don't mean to be offensive.
Just ask you a question. What is a lower rung of society?
The rung of society is, to be honest, the person who identifies themselves with that sort of culture. You know what I mean? Prides himself on being the hoodie yob.
What sort of culture, Zach?
This old hoodie yob culture.
Zach, I don't know how to tell you this. Beckham, Steven Gerrard wear hoods. So what sort of culture, Zach?
It's not the same way. They may wear a hood.
No, Jack, a hood is a hood. It goes on the back of a jacket, and it's a piece of fashion. So what is the subculture, Zach?
Pete, if you're getting any mainstream, sort of media, I don't know what feedback should I call it, you're definitely going to see what I'm talking about. You know what I mean? There's this...
You actually know what you're talking about, Zach.
Of course
you actually know what you're talking about, because you're actually talking a bit of garbage. You started off as a nice, interesting person, and you've gone down some strange route. What are you actually talking about, Zach?
This is what I mean, Pete. It's so hard to talk about this subject without offending certain people, because listen, mate, I'm
Right, well, be my guest and offend people. So what are you talking about?
Basically, Pete, I'm talking about the type of person who goes out on a Friday night, who consumes alcohol, who consumes illegal drugs, and then comes over to somebody who's having a nice night out, might have a bevy or two, but it's not about that, is it? For them, it's about causing trouble. They might come over to you, they might start pushing you and calling you names. You know what I mean? I'm just out on Pete, to be honest, I'm just out on a Friday night, mate. I want to enjoy myself. I don't want to be getting called names by these lads who are in hoods, calling me whatever, you know what I mean?
So we've now gone from the council to lads in hoods. Where's the connection,
please? This is what it is, Pete.
Tell me, where is the connection between the council and the lads in hoods that come up to you who are drunk and on drugs?
I'm sure you'll know, mate. As an experienced fella yourself, you'll know there's nowhere near as many bobbies on the beat as what there used to be. And you can't contest that, mate.
What's that got to do with the council?
Well, this is what I mean. The council decide how they spend the money. If they're so inefficient...
Hang on, what are the lads on the beat going to do when hoodies come up to you and there's 500,000 people on a Saturday night?
To be honest, mate,
No. What I suggest you do is, don't go out, Zach, because you're talking double Dutch.
I'm sorry.
I think you should sit down and analyse yourself, mate. Put your hood up and find out what you're talking about.
I don't know what to be honest, Pete.
Giving me a headache.
I'm sorry, Pete, if I'm giving you a headache.
And it's not Sunday. It's actually Thursday morning. You're on the wrong day. Sunday is your day. Psycho night.
Pete,
Sunday on Radio City and City
Talk. If the
council
were more efficient.
For you, Zach. You've come out of your box. You've moved your soil. You've got nothing else to do. Zach, why are you on this programme tonight?
I want to stress the point that if the council were more efficient, Pete, and if they weren't the second worst in the country, they'd be able to displace the budget properly so that they could now employ more blue ribbon police to be on the beat more times a day, so me and me mates wouldn't get our heads kicked in. You know what I mean, Pete?
So they've got to follow you around personally 24 hours a day as a private bodyguard.
You know very well I'm not saying that, mate.
Zach, with your attitude of life and your gob, I suggest you walk into trouble. I suggest, Zach, you should look at yourself. Look inwardly into what's going on inside and look at your budget.
I'll tell you what's going inside, mate.
On a Friday night. Stop doing what you're doing, because I think your gob gets you into trouble, Zach.
I'm sorry, mate. I completely disagree with you there.
I disagree with you, Zach. Your gob gets you into trouble.
Gob does not get me into trouble. I refute that, Pete. I refute that, Pete. I'm sorry, Pete. I refute that. I came in here with a legitimate point.
Refute all you want, because you're talking garbage.
With a legitimate point.
You've got one of them faces people want to punch.
Pete.
What's that?
I've came here with a legitimate bone to pick, Pete.
Well, you start off with the council and finish up with hoods, and then you want your own private bodyguard.
Interlinked? It's like a spider web, isn't it?
Oh, it's interlinked. Interlinked with tangerines and your mate and spider webs.
I'm sorry, Pete. I completely refute that. Are you calling me fraudulent?
You learned a new word. Is this refute word you found up? Have you been looking up these words for tonight?
Well, here's a new one for you. Here's a new one. Are you calling me fraudulent? You calling me fraudulent, Pete?
What?
Are you calling me fraudulent, Pete? Because I think I've got a very good bone to pick here.
I think you have got problems. I think you're doolally. I think you've got...
I refute that, Pete.
If you refute anything else, I'll come there and smack you with a wet lettuce.
You... not before I hit you with a wet kipper.
No, I said it first.
You might have actually there, Pete.
Thank you very much.
Ta-ra, Pete.
City Talk 105.9.
My favourite place in Liverpool is...